while in Munich, and I know Senator Perdue and several other people were there, General Breedlove reiterated the point that he's made to me on multiple occasions, is that's the problem with U.S. policy right now, is that Russia looks at what's happening, they look at the entire blanket. We tend to look at little patches and deal with them as if they're independent and not connected to the other, and that's why Putin, with the small amount of resources that he has, a country that's, face it, its economy's in shambles, has been able to have the impact that they're having right now on Europe. And I would just say Europe's at the lowest level of self-confidence probably seen in modern times, and he's had a huge effect on that. So again, I appreciate your comments about Syria and Ukraine being different. Russia doesn't view it that way, and they're looking at the entire portfolio in a way where they've been very successful, and they've undermined our interest in the region by doing so. So I would just ask that instead of looking at them separately, we look at them as a continuum and realize that our NATO policy, as General Breedlove says so forthrightly, and everything else we're doing in Europe, we have to look at the entire blanket and not look at these as isolated issues. The topic today was the reforms inside Ukraine that need to occur, and we obviously want to see those happen and understand, on the other hand, the constraints. I think you also heard from people on both sides of the aisle of a concern that exists relative to our pushback against Russia. Their ability to punch way beyond their weight. No doubt some of this, a lot of this is right in their neighborhood and causes them to have greater influence than otherwise they would. But I think, again, the balance here is that, yes, we need to continue to encourage and work with Ukraine to create the reforms that need to take place inside the country. But I think there's still a dissatisfaction, generally speaking, with the pushback that's taken place relative to Russia, and we still want to push the administration to assist Ukraine as much as possible. You know, very disappointed with the outcome in Syria and Russia's ability to really take advantage of a vacuum and play an outsized role there in a way that put us in a very in a very difficult situation, which we shouldn't have been put into because we ourselves allowed that vacuum to exist.